talking transfer portal on today's show. Shocking, I know, right? Who is your top transfer portal target? You cannot say Kadyn Proctor. That's your freebie square. He's already back at Alabama. Drop that player name for me in the comments section right now. On today's show, we will look at 5 different defensive back transfer portal candidates and targets that Bama could consider going after as they look to round out their defensive backfield room. First up is probably the biggest name on this list. That is Cormani McClain, the former number 1 ranked cornerback recruit who went to Colorado and didn't get along that well with Coach Prime. McClain, if you don't recall, was originally committed to Miami, and a lot of people thought he could end up flipping to Alabama. The Crimson Tide were in the mix there. Now, of note, Nick Saban's no longer here, so that is probably a negative if we're being honest about potentially pursuing McClain. He instead flipped to Deion Sanders in Colorado, and then didn't have the best year, didn't even play that much, and allegedly was in the doghouse a little bit too much. I don't think Coach Prime liked the attitude from McClain. He was a 5-star recruit in 2023, the 13th overall recruit, the number 1 ranked cornerback, and the number 3 player from the state of Florida. Only played 277 snaps for the Buffs as he just was in that doghouse. And the snaps per yard allowed numbers not very good, and the completion percentage is a little bit high, 1 PBU. There are reasons to be concerned about Cormani. It's a double-edged sword. The diva vibes are there. Now, to a certain extent, I want my corner to have a little bit of diva in them. I want my corner to be a little bit crazy and think that they are the greatest thing known to mankind and they can stop prime Jerry Rice with ease. I need that mentality of I'm never wrong, I've never gotten beat, because you do get beat about 50% of the time. The talent is there, though. The maturity might not be. There is a line between, being cocky and being arrogant. And that can go the wrong way, especially when you are a young kid, fresh out of high school, in college, who needs to play well to back up the cockiness. Otherwise, it comes off as arrogance and being a diva, and got to figure out which side of the line he's on. So do you want Cormani McClain at Alabama? Pin comment on today's video. The ad comes. Take advantage. Go vote. Y for yes, N for no. For small school, Anthony Johnson Jr., the cornerback out of Western Kentucky University. This is a player who was looking for an upgrade in his current status. He was PFF's 4th highest graded corner in 2023, which you sometimes see small school guys have, and then they regress a little bit because, you know what? You're playing against better competition. In about 650 snaps in 2023, sub 48% completion percentage. That is very impressive from that perspective. Only 227 yards. That is, make no mistake, a very positive thing. You want to have that number low. It ends up resulting in good results there. Double the interceptions as opposed to touchdowns allowed. And then also had 5 pass breakups as well. Johnson has already transferred once. He was at West Florida, where he had 15 pass breakups, 5 interceptions as well. So West Florida goes towards already, plays great. Can he take another big step forward? Type of guy I do think is worth gambling on to an extent. Today's show is made possible by Prize Picks. It's daily fantasy made easy. Prize Picks is just you pick more, you pick less. That's it. It really is that easily. With the NBA play-in tournament underway, the postseason fully getting underway in a couple of days as well, you can win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. You can turn $10 into $1,000 with basketball, hockey, and more entries today on Prize Picks. It's America's #1 fantasy sports app. They also offer weekly promotions like Demons and Goblins and other little bonuses and special offers for the biggest moments in sports. You can also do season-long NFL Prize Picks. I've got Mahomes passing yards, Dak Prescott passing yards, CeeDee Lamb receiving yards, and Micah Parsons sacks because, hey, you know what happens, folks? If they stay healthy, all of those numbers hit the more than. So I'm going to bank on them staying healthy. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. Links in the comments and the description of today's show. OSU stole one of our receivers. Let's steal one of theirs, although maybe not quite as good as Caleb Downs. That's Cedrick Hawkins Jr., who was a 4-star recruit in the class of 2023. 357 overall, the number 35 ranked safety. Look, Hawkins didn't record any stats in 2023. I think he knows he's stuck behind Caleb Downs, as painful as that is for us. But if you're looking for a backfield help, some safety depth, going with a young former top 400 recruit, that's not the worst idea in the world. I think he's transferring less because he's not good and more because he's just stuck behind better players. Now, when it comes to cornerbacks in general, and you could certainly play Hawkins at corner as well. We know how safety and corner overlap. What is your confidence level in the cornerback position right now for the Crimson Tide? Scale it for me from 1 to 10 in the comments section. Central Florida's Nakia Martinez is next up here. And unlike some of the other guys we've discussed, Hawkins in particular, he's actually played a decent amount. 319 snaps in 2022, 16 catches on 22 targets, 244 touchdown, no INTs, 2 PBUs. Okay, it's not that great. Then he more than doubles these snaps. And on 5 more targets, allowed 10 fewer catches. 10 of 27 is awesome production. 133 yards allowed at all. That's really good numbers. Different level of competition. That's better than Kool-Aid McKinstry. That's better than Terrion Arnold. Now, I think that he might get targeted more at Alabama than maybe Central Florida, given the guys playing opposite him. But that is fantastic production. And in general, with the way the college football transfer portal works these days, I think I would rather target someone who's played for a smaller school and wants to take that step up than someone who played for a big one but didn't actually get on the field. At minimum, I think I'm getting reliable depth. Best case, there's no sign of drop-off at all, and I've lucked into what will probably end up being an early round draft pick caliber player, at least a draft pick caliber player that I got via the transfer portal. Greedy Vance Jr. out of Florida State is our 5th and final target on today's show. And in the end, with the pros and cons that come with being in the transfer portal, maybe this player ends up making the most sense for the Alabama Crimson Tide. A, it would be nice to poach someone away from Florida State, but he's also played a ton of snaps. You know, the completion is pretty good, 52.1%, 69 tackles. You can all spam nice in the comments section. 738 yards, 4 touchdowns allowed with 4 interceptions, 16 pass breakups. That's good ball production. Experience is what I'm looking for because I don't have any experience right now. This room is thin. So getting more of that, I think makes a lot of sense. Speaking of getting more, let's get more subscribers here on the Alabama Football Report. 500 new subs in the month of April is the goal. We are halfway through and halfway past the goal mark. Hit that sub button for more free Crimson Tide football YouTube videos right here.